Hey guys, got in a tube style red dot to take a look at. This is coming from CVLIFE and it is the FoxSpook. This is available on Amazon and is very budget friendly, so I thought it's something you guys might be interested in. But I figure we'll do a real quick unboxing. We'll go over all of its features and specifications. We'll get it mounted to something, get out to the range, do a little bit of shooting with it, and then I'll come back and get some final thoughts. So this red dot comes in a plain black box. There's no branding anywhere on it. Got the Amazon sticker on the bottom here. But let's get cut into it and see what the contents are. So we have a user manual up top here, lens cleaning cloth. We have a high-rise mount. It's kind of skeletonized to reduce some of the weight. Looks like a battery, and it is a 2032. Got a tool here, just an Allen key. And the dot itself, don't see anything else in there. Let's take a look at this. So there are some lens covers on here, and there's a low profile mount, but it's like milled into the red dot that cannot be removed. Quickly show you guys the manual here just in case there are things that I leave out. And as you can see here, they're calling it the HD04, so it may be branded for other companies as well, because the Amazon listing calls it the FoxSpook. So before we get into all the details, I'll give you guys some close-ups here. Kind of looking for any type of noticeable imperfections. Do have a little nick right there on that. Again, no branding anywhere on the dot itself either. So the FoxSpook is made from 6061 aluminum. We are looking at about 2.56 inches in length. And then our total height is 1.83 inches, and that's with that low profile mount. And our weight, again with the low profile mount, is just about 4 ounces when you put those little covers on, 4.2 ounces. The dot color is red. I do not see green being available as an option. The dot is a 3 MOA dot. It's rated for 1200 G's of recoil resistance, so you should be able to put this on just about anything that you want. It should be able to handle it. Shotguns, high power rifles. It's IPX7 water resistant. This has 10 brightness settings. 2 of those are night vision, which I will not be able to show you, and then the other 8 are just like normal brightness settings. And finally, one of the best features about this is that it does have shake awake technology, meaning that you can have this powered on and then you could put this in your safe, and after maybe about 8 minutes the dot will power itself off. But in the event that you need to grab your rifle or whatever, as soon as it detects any type of motion, the dot will automatically power back on. You don't have to fumble with any of the buttons at all. And I will test this out multiple times over the next 2 to 3 weeks to make sure that that always functions properly. Quickly show you around the dot. We have our power button right there. Brightness decrease down there, increase there. We have elevation adjustments, windage adjustment, battery door. You can see that these do have a tool built in. So we'll take this cap off and see what these turrets look like. There's a lot of threads on there. And as you can see, the cap goes down in there. Those are audible and palpable adjustments. And even though there's a lot of threads, they are very smooth. And then there's an O-ring right there at the bottom of that to help with the waterproofness. And that battery cover, you can use a coin, something like that if you need to, but typically you can just grab onto the little edges here and we'll get a battery in it. Oh, it actually already comes with a battery, so you technically get 2 batteries with it. And it's the same thing with the smooth threads and O-ring sealed. Alright, so let's see what this dot looks like. So to turn it on, it's just this middle button here. And this is probably one of the lower settings. And then let's go up through them. That is likely our 10 right there. And then let's go back down through. So I will say, just messing with it here for a few minutes, that in my eyes, like all 10 settings are visible. Like I'm on the highest setting 10 right here right now. And I'll go down, that's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it doesn't get any lower than that. Typically with night vision, you're required to use night vision goggles or a night vision magnifier or something like that to be able to see the dot there, but it's clearly still visible. I'll show you guys a couple different mounting options. I'm working with a completely safe gun here, and by adding a red dot to a rifle, it does not modify the rifle in any way. It does not make it do something other than what it was originally manufactured to do. So in this low profile option, this is good for shotguns that have like bead sights, AKs, even like this 1022 that has like these small little flip up type sights. As this will sit up here, it will be higher than anything else that's on here already. So these are going to fit on Picatinny rails or Weaver style rails. They're not spring loaded, so you just have to back that screw out until it's wide enough to fit over top your rail. So again, this would be option 1, low profile mount. Takes just a couple seconds to put that on there. This would be more for option 2 when we're going to use the higher mount. Again, working with a completely safe gun here. So option 2, we have to take the dot, the high-rise mount, put the 2 of them together, and then tighten the screw back down. And then we'll take this and put this on the rail of the AR there. And I will try to show this to you once we get out to the range. But right now, the dot is co-witnessing with my backup sights. If the dot were to fail, I can still see all the way through from rear to front sight. Alright guys, out at the range this morning with that CVLIFE red dot set up down there at the usual 50 yards. Probably going to put, I don't know, maybe 100 or 200 rounds through this dot and then come back with you. Alright, so I've had a chance to get out and use this red dot and just want to share some of my thoughts with you guys on it. So overall, I really like it and I think it's well worth the price, which I'll get to in a few minutes. It seems to be constructed really well. The anodization is done nicely. The mount matches the dot pretty well perfectly. The overall build quality seems to be done really well. I didn't find any blemishes or any issues at all with it. I like that they include multiple mounting options. So if you want to go with the high profile or high rise like I have now and co-witness with backup sights, you can. If you want to go low profile, such as on a shotgun or an AK or whatever, you can do that as well. Very easy to sight it in. Basically, my backup sights are already zeroed in. So I just lined the dot up with them, got to the range, and only had to make a couple little adjustments. Those adjustments are audible and palpable, which I always appreciate. The glass on this is very clear, no issues whatsoever with it, and the dot is actually very bright. I was out at the range, I don't know, maybe 11:30 that day, and it was kind of cloudy and gloomy, but I've tested this on bright days outside just to look through it, and easy to pick up the dot, no problems at all. There isn't any type of like star bursting of the dot. I know this is rated for the 1200 Gs of the recoil resistance. I can't swear to that, I have to take their word for that. But again, you should be able to put this even on shotguns or higher power rifles. I mentioned early in the video that I would test out that shake awake or motion awake technology. I've tested this dozens of times and it has worked flawlessly every single time. And one other thing I think is pretty good is their warranty. If you read through it, it says that they have a 3-year warranty on it. That's actually pretty decent. Probably the only thing I can say that I dislike is that there's not any branding anywhere on the dot or on the box. I just appreciate it when a company will at least put their name somewhere on it, maybe even on the mounts, and for sure on the box. Just as a customer, it seems very generic when there's nothing on it. So this FoxSpook red dot is available on Amazon, and at the time of me doing this recording, they're coming in around $45, and there's a 10% off clickable coupon, so right about $40. If I had to guess, I probably have upwards of 40 or so of these tube style red dots, and this is actually one of the better quality ones, and especially when you're considering it's under 50 bucks, so I think it's a really good buy. I don't know if I would recommend it for like my primary rifle, but as a secondary or as a plinking rifle, absolutely good buy for that. But alright guys, if you found the video helpful or informative in any way, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And that's going to be it on this one. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.